Kevin. Thanks.
All right, thank you, David. So here's Miami's starting group. Adebayo is out there with Trevor Ariza. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Robinson in at the two-guard spot. And for Phoenix, Booker and Bridges are the wings. Ayton is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at the one.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Paul with the three. It's not going to go for him. Now the Heat take it the other way.
Kendrick Nunn playing at Southside Chicago's Simeon High. That's the exact same high school that one Derrick Rose came from. He also played alongside Jabari Parker and won 4 state titles there.
And Kendrick Nunn is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Paul against Nunn. Paul passes to Booker. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And those 4 straight titles in Illinois record made it 7 total in Simeon's history.
That's unbelievable stuff, and that's probably why there's great reason why Kendrick Nunn's jersey hangs there in the rafters. Only 4 players have gotten that on him. Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Ayton, and Adebayo sends it back.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Paul with the ball. It's Crowder on the wing. 5 on the clock. No good on the shot. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Here's Nunn, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Ariza's been in the league a long time, so a great job of reading the defense with some rhythm that time.
Paul against Nunn. And here is Paul. On the wing, Booker. Over Robinson. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, if Ayton can get in that kind of position, he can be a bully on the inside.
Butler attacking. Passes it to Nunn. Ariza against Crowder. And it's Adebayo in the corner. Now Ayton. An even 3-on-3 break. And here's Booker from the arc. Ayton. And Ayton stays with it.
The classic big man rim run as Ayton just gets out in the open floor.
Ariza. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater.
Grab it out of hat.
Whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. So for the Suns, Johnson comes in for Jay Crowder, and Cameron Payne subbed in for Paul. Heroes checked in for the Heat. Dragic comes in for Kendrick Nunn. Booker outside. Lays it up and banks it in. Booker's got 5.
Love the confidence of Devin Booker. When he gets a screen, he knows what he wants to do.
Butler finds Dragic. Butler against Booker. Butler passes to Adebayo. It's good.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Suns trail by 3. Payne looking around. There's the pass to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
DeAndre Ayton dangerous in the pick and roll just because as a big he can get off of that screen so easily.
Ariza, right side. And he banks in the layup. Ariza's got his second basket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Payne. He's guarded by Dragic. Now here's Payne. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. No good from Booker. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Five seconds left in the first quarter. It could go. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
Excellent defense from Dragic there to make sure that shot was not an easy one.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Heat lead by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
It sounds so generic to say we have fun, but like we may lose a game here or there, but you know everybody's still happy for each other.
Yeah, from what we've seen, Greg, these guys naturally get along.
And you add in the guiding hand of Chris Paul. This team can beat anyone on any night because they're so connected.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. We've got Hero. Bam Adebayo is out there with Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's Dragic, and it's Iguodala in at the small forward position. The drive by Booker, and the dunk by Booker.
Booker sometimes can come up with those. He could be an impressive dunker.
Miami leading by 3.
And Bam Adebayo demonstrating a refined skill set that belies his nickname. Over 5 assists per game. He's a creator, not just a finisher.
Adebayo finds Dragic. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And here's the fast break. Goes up. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
And Šarić, just one of those European players that comes over with the fundamentals. Beautiful play there.
And the Heat have given Adebayo the leeway to rip and run, baby. Make things happen.
And Kevin, an unselfish player who loves to pass. Even back in high school, playing with lesser talent, he made sure to find the other.
Miami needs to get a shot off. Dedmon kicks to Iguodala. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. So for the Suns, Crowder, he's checked in for Torrey Craig. And Paul subbed in for Booker. And then for Miami, Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for Adebayo. And it's Kendrick Nunn in for Tyler Hero. Paul looking around. Shot clock at 6. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
I'm shocked he missed that wide open look. He has to feel embarrassed he blew that one.
Shot's good by Iguodala.
Got to watch Iguodala down there slipping around and capable of finishing in that spot.
Suns trail by 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's his first foul. Here's Paul. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Suns shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
And the Suns making a change here. Bridges checks in. And Miami with a change here, too. Butler's checked in.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
You can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Iguodala finds Butler. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And as impressive as the numbers were for Jimmy Butler in the bubble, they don't begin to tell the whole story. He was hitting clutch shots for the Heat during that run in the postseason.
Ayton, he's checked in for Phoenix. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Miami. Paul with the ball. Lock at 6. The Suns need to get a shot off. Here's Butler. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Butler's got 4 points this quarter.
Man, it's hard to stop on the drive. Butler's strength and attitude right there. Coming in the finish.
Stolen by none. The finish, and it's Butler with the jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
None against Paul. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one is on Ariza. You know, Greg, going back to Jimmy Butler, it felt like each series he had a few big shots.
I mean, everything you want from your leader. The big shots, motivating others, setting an example with his play. Butler played as well as any leader in the postseason.
And the Suns making a change here. Booker's checked in.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
Suns have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And the Heat with some changes. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. And Hero subbed in for Robinson. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Butler passes to Adebayo. And the basket is good. And the Heat lead by 3.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And they double up Paul. Pass to Booker. 3-pointer. Phoenix no good that time either. The Heat leading by 3. Floats it up for Butler. And Paul pulls it down.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and they pick up 2. Butler's got 12 in the game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
All against none. And it's Paul penetrating. Booker with no one around and off the front iron, and in it goes. Booker's got 6 in the quarter.
Catching and shooting with confidence. Devin Booker letting it fly.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul of the game. And stolen by Booker. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Heat up 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. Follow
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. He was on the fringes in their last game. Tonight, he's been the center. Kenny, let's start with you. What you think about the Heat?
Well, I love the way they're pushing the tempo, beating the defense down the floor.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Booker and Bridges are the wings. Ayton is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at the point. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a walking double-double. This guy has a huge physical advantage on the nights that he's playing other bigs, whether that's by his size or his ability to run the floor. And if he comes out with an aggressive mentality, he could really punish some teams throughout the course of the regular season.
And some think that Ayton has a chance to be in a class with some of the great big men we've seen, be it Ewing or Robinson, Hakeem. I mean, those are very lofty standards. Brent, how does he get there?
It's a great question. I think when you talk about it, Kevin, you got to look at the defensive end. And those names that you just mentioned on a nightly basis were a force behind anybody on the perimeter. When they came into that house, it was defended. Ayton gets there, he's got a big opportunity.
A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Booker outside. 6 to shoot. Offline with his 3. And it's Adebayo with the ball for the Heat. They lead by 1. Crowder with the steal. Ayton with it. Now defended by Adebayo. Pass to Booker. Feeds to Ayton. Good. Ayton's got the lead up to 1 now for the Suns.
Well, this is why the teammates for Booker are loving him. He keeps working on his ability to find the open teammate.
Bridges against Butler. Shot clock at 6. Here's Adebayo. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Adebayo at 6'9" definitely plays bigger than his size. He's got the potential to have some of those nights where he hauls down 20 boards.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Sharge checked in for Jay Crowder. Johnson comes in for Bridges. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Paul. Then for the Heat, Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Ariza. Iguodala comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Dragic in for Kendrick Nunn.
How smooth is Devin Booker's J right there, and inside the arc he nails it.
Robinson kicks to Dragic. Outside Robinson. Dragic the pass to Iguodala. To the inside and taken away by Johnson. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul. Chris Paul's checked in for Phoenix. Heat also with the sub. Heroes checked in. Paul outside. Passes to Booker. The 3. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
Here's Hero. Defended by Booker. A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just doesn't feel like Bam Adebayo is 6'9". He covers so much ground.
The Suns have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Paul with the 3. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the paint, keeps it alive.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams. And drafted 13th out of Kentucky, Tyler Hero impressing right out of the gates that rookie season.
And I think this is very much the type of player that comes in with confidence, a skill level, and an IQ, and ultimately a guy who wants to compete.
Dragic against Paul. Now here's Dragic. Not a lot of room. Now the pass to Adebayo. The kick out to Dragic. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Heat lead by 1.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Dragic against Paul. Saric outside. Ayton in the high post. 8 points for him. Iguodala with the steal. Dragic against Paul. Hero passes to Iguodala. Here's Hero. Inside. Here's Adebayo. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Paul outside. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
Chris Paul always in control. Even when he gets hit, he keeps his balance on the tough shot, and he gets to the and one.
It'll count. That one doesn't drop. It's all tied in Phoenix. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And how about a look now at our assist of the game, brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. On the floor for Miami starting the 4th. Kendrick Nunn out there with Dragic. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. Shot clock at 5. Paul for 3. Rejected by Dragic.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Here's Butler. Rebound by the Suns. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th quarter. Paul can't get it to go. The Heat trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
It's just been interesting how it is that Ariza keeps getting on teams, and then the same thing is said about him, about a championship presence, a veteran leader, and still plays some very solid defense at the wing.
Andre Ayton's checked in for Johnson. Heat also with a sub. Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for Goran Dragic. And here is Paul. And here's Booker from the arc. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Butler, no good. Suns leading by 3. Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
This is why you love Chris Paul running your offense. Just move without the ball, find some space, and the ball will find you.
Adebayo kicks to Butler. Adebayo passes to Butler. Adebayo on the follow.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Paul outside. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Booker in the corner. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one. Robinson dishes to Butler. In the corner, Nunn with it. Adebayo kicks to Butler. And they double up Butler. Can't hit from 12. The Suns leading. And here we go. Suns running again. Pass to Paul. 1:49 left in the 4th. Down low. It's stolen by Adebayo. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And Jimmy Buckets is alive.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for Phoenix. They've only given up 5 points here in the 4th quarter. Kicks it to Ayton. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Adebayo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Butler, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups. And how about that? Ayton stepping up, wanting the pressure.
Nunn looking around. 52 seconds left in the 4th quarter. That shot is off. Good work defensively by Crowder. Bridges with it. Butler covering. And the dunk by Booker.
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Robinson passes to Adebayo. Count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And Adebayo's game continues to grow. He's on fire right now.
Booker outside. Lets the 3 fly. Drills it from outside. And the Suns lead by 8.
Well, him dominating the offensive end is what accounts for this lead. Just a very difficult guy to stop once he gets going.
Robinson left side. 3-pointer. Butler off target with that shot.
Not letting the offense get the better of him. Bridges locked in.
So the Suns win it. So ready. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They just got to make the adjustments.
So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Adebayo, Trevor Ariza out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. And it's Robinson in at 2 guard. And for Utah, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Gobert is out there with O'Neal. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3, the small forward. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Oh, wow!
Young fella.
Well, a little show and tell from the Butler. Jimmy giving the fans their money's worth.
Mitchell left side. Here's Conley, and Adebayo sends it back. And here we go. It's Butler. And he converts the layup. Butler's got his second basket of the game.
An absolute menace in transition. Jimmy Butler puts it home.
Outside, Bogdanovich. From deep. Up again, and there's Gobert, putting it right back in.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. The shot by Butler, nobody around. No good on the triple. Jazz have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started.
And Doris, as Gobert has added strength, his rebounding numbers have continued to improve.
That's right, Greg. He's always been a force as a shot blocker. But over the past 2 seasons, this guy as a rebounder has been top 3 in the league. Last year, he even challenged Andre Drummond for king of the boards. He's got great size, great anticipation, and he plays with passion.
Butler banked in off the glass. Butler's got 6. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Mitchell in the corner. Now Gobert. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
And taken with the 30th pick back in 2011, Jimmy Butler went from 15th man in Chicago, riding the end of the bench, to franchise player in the course of 4 seasons.
The Heat have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Ariza with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Butler. Outside for Robinson. That 3 off the mark. And Greg, it seemed in Chicago and Minnesota maybe Jimmy Butler wore out his welcome. Philadelphia, they had him. They had to juggle multiple stars. But, man, Miami, the Heat handed him the keys, and he has taken off.
And, Kevin, he's shown himself worthy, lifting them to a top seed in the East and himself into the MVP conversation.
And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Utah. Derek Favors checked in for Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Mike Conley. And then for Miami, Earl comes in for Duncan Robinson. And it's Dragic in for Kendrick Nunn. Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Miami. Iguodala comes in for Butler. Here's Dragic. To the wing right side. Shots good by Hero.
Well, that's the vision you get with Dragic. His teammates have to love playing with him.
Mitchell outside. Favors with the ball. Dedmon's there. Ingles passes to Favors. And then Favors with the dunk.
I'll tell you, Joe Ingles is proving that as a passer, he is a special player.
Dragic kicks to Iguodala. Good ball movement here by Miami. Dedmon finds Iguodala. And Dedmon throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Mitchell passes to Favors. Miami grabs the miss. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Dedmon. Looking for Dragic, and he gets it there. Dedmon kicks to Iguodala. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Knocked loose and stolen by Favors. Now, here's Clarkson. T right on him. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Miami shooting their first free throws of the game. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Mitchell looking it over. Fires for 3. And no good. Adebayo drives in. And no good in the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Miami Heat holding on to an... And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Heat, Iguodala out there with Adebayo. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's Dragic. And it's Hero in at the shooting guard position. The feed to Ingles. Pass to Favors. And the layup's good off the glass. Favors has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Jazz.
And this is where Favors is at his absolute best. Close to the rim, he can make any move he chooses.
Hero passes to Iguodala. Now here's Dedmon. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Mitchell passes to Clarkson. Here is Favors. He's guarded by Adebayo. And Adebayo sends it back. And that one's good by Favors. Miami leading by 6. Dragic kicks to Iguodala. Adebayo passes to Hero. And the rejection by Favors.
I think you want to see more of this from Derek Favors. You'd love to see him be aggressive and try to send shots back.
Heat have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter.
And one thing you love about Ingles, he hits a lot of contested jumpers.
He does, and he'll get to his game by using jab steps, pump fakes, really good ball handler. He's unafraid in the clutch. He'll talk a little smack every now and again. Joe Ingles has carved out quite a career.
And here is Mitchell. Here's Ingles. Back to Mitchell. It's stolen by Dragic. Feeds to Iguodala. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Boy, Andre Iguodala is such a physical player. His frame allows him to take contact and get a shot at the goal.
And some controversy last season. Andre Iguodala traded to the Grizzlies. We know he didn't report, Greg, just stayed in the Bay Area until a trade could be worked out to Miami.
I'd call that a power move, Kevin, no doubt. Iguodala, a respected vet, wanted to play for a contender, and he got an extra year and $15 million in the deal.
And Gobert kicks to Conley. Just 3 to shoot. It doesn't go for him. Favors. Rebound by Butler.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Conley against none. They get it back. Yep, it goes in, and the Miami lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Gobert.
I'll tell you, you cannot give Rudy Gobert an inch of space when he's working the glass. This guy excels at using his reach.
Here's Iguodala. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
To the middle. And that one's good by Favors. Favors has got 6 in the quarter.
Well, if you want to pinpoint one thing about Mike Conley, it's his feel for the game. That's a pretty pass.
Robinson dishes to Iguodala. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Bogdanovich looking around. Knocked away. Stolen by none. And here comes the break. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
There is a certain skill and intensity every single night that Jimmy Butler brings to the table.
Bam Adebayo's checked in for the Heat. And so Butler nails both of them.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
None against Conley. Outside Bogdanovich. Back to Conley. To the paint. Lock at 6. Latrey. Gobert. Great positioning on the putback.
If you don't check out Rudy Gobert, you deserve to get dunked on.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Ariza outside. Back to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Conley against none. Favors and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
Don't you love the attacking attitude of Derek Favors on the interior? Not many guys who can match his frame and strength.
Outside Robinson. Can't drop the tough three-pointer.
And he's a good shooter from outside.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarters.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They have a 9-point lead. And that's...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. It's been a clinic out there by Derek Favors.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
Really putting his handprint on this game. You love the hustle. You love the work ethic he has had on display.
Shalom Bogdanovich with the wings. Favors and Gobert, the tough pair inside. And it's Conley in at the 1. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And that'll give him a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
And Gobert kicks to Bogdanovich. Mitchell wide open. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Mitchell's got 5. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
A
Boy, the added strength of Rudy Gobert over the years helps him complete the end one. You get the sense this guy loves to score the basketball.
O'Neal's checked in for Derek Favors. Then for the Heat, Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero comes in for Duncan Robinson. And it's Dragic in for Kendrick Nunn. Here's Dedmon. Gobert with the defensive effort. Jazz trail by 5. Pat Donovich wide open. And the 3 off target. And here comes Ariza leading the fast break. And Butler gets it to go.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Pass to Gobert. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Back to Conley. Oh, the lob to Gobert. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Clarkson, he's checked in for Mike Conley. Andre Iguodala, he's checked in for the Heat. And so it's Iguodala. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. O'Neal against Dragic. Kicks it out to Iguodala. The shot misses. Gobert with the defensive effort. Utah trailing here. O'Neal passes to Clarkson. Makes it off the glass. Clarkson's got his first bucket in this one.
Jordan Clarkson showing he's capable of finishing inside.
Dragic the pass to Ariza. Here's Hero. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Butler attacking. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Mitchell against Dragic. And the officials call a traveling violation. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for the Jazz. Heat also with the sub. Adebayo's checked in. The Heat leading by 7. The pass to Hero. Back to Dragic. Outside Butler. Here's Hero. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. The wide open look here for Ingles. And a miss there on the triple. The Heat have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. The rebound by the Jazz.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Adebayo passes to Butler, and he makes that one. 16 points for Jimmy Butler.
Well, we know this. When Jimmy Butler is cooking, he can put points on the board in a hurry. Look out.
Mitchell outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Mitchell's got 7 points.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
Right side, Dragic. Inside. Ariza finds Dragic. Here's Hero. He's covered by Clarkson.
Don't take your eyes off Bam. When he comes off the floor, he gets up and the slams are just too good to miss.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Back to Mitchell from outside the arc. And it's Dragic with the rebound. Here's Butler. Pass to Adebayo. Ariza outside. Butler on the way. Second chance shot. Can't get it to fall.
Clarkson using his combination of size and speed to affect.
Jimmy Butler has been on display for Miami. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be right back after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. We've got Kendrick Nunn. Jimmy Butler is out there with Trevor Ariza. Then it's Robinson. And it's Adebayo in at the 5 spot. Butler attacking. And it's Butler with the jam.
Well, the pick and roll game of Jimmy Butler gets better every year. He has a better and better understanding of what to take advantage of.
Ingles the bounce pass. O'Neal against Ariza. Now, here is O'Neal. Adebayo with the ball. And they double up Butler. Passes it to Adebayo. Back to Butler. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. And now it's an 11-point Heat lead.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Pass to Ingles. At the elbow, Conley. From 15 feet away. Utah keeping it alive. The new 14. Clarkson against Butler. And there it is for him.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Butler against Clarkson. Outside Robinson. From the arc. That shot no good. Now the Jazz take it the other way. From deep Ingles. It's hauled in by the Heat. In transition, here comes Miami. Butler kicks to Robinson. Down low. The kick outside to Butler. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. For the Jazz. Gobert comes in for Derek Favors. And Bogdanovich is subbed in for Joe Ingles. Outside Conley. Stolen by Nunn. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Butler with the ball. And it's Butler with the jam.
Well, I'll tell you this. Jimmy Butler has got some power in his finishing ability. That's pretty.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. The feed now to Gobert. It's stolen by Adebayo. In transition, here comes Miami. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Back to Conley. Nice ball movement by Utah. Another miss by Utah.
And for him to shoot from that distance is a bit of a head scratcher.
I think as a player, you have to know your strengths and play to them, and that is not within his range.
And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Butler goes in, and they double up Butler. Nunn passes to Butler. To the inside. Here's Adebayo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Heat lead by 15.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Miami.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jimmy Butler.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
And here's the fast break. Clarkson leading the way. And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich touched it last. The Jazz making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in. The Heat also with a sub. Goran Dragic is checked in for Kendrick Nunn. It's Dragic with the drive. The kick outside to Butler. Back to Adebayo. The pass to Butler. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
A clear look for Mitchell. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Pass to Dragic. The kick outside to Butler. Now Dragic. It's Ariza on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Passes it to Adebayo. Stolen by O'Neal. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They came in. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Andre Ayton out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at the point guard. And for the Jazz, Mitchell and Bogdanovich, they're the wings. O'Neal is out there with Gobert, and it's Conley in at the point.
And the thing about Paul, despite his listed size, he's comfortable operating inside.
Conley surveying the D. Pass to Mitchell. To the middle. Here's Gobert. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Paul. 5 to shoot. Rebound, Utah. Mitchell outside. Bogdanovich against Paul. Right side, Conley. Mitchell left side. Gobert trying to get open. Goes back up. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Booker outside. Takes the 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And really, Booker is as lethal as they come from deep. Can't allow him to get into a groove.
Paul against Conley. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Mitchell missing.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Bridges, no one around him. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Sweet find there by Booker. All eyes on him with the ball, and Devin understands that. That has a nice feel for giving up the rock.
Bogdanovich looking around. This one for 3. The shot that time, not on target. And Phoenix the other way now. And here we go. Booker with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. The drive by Booker and the dunk by Booker.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Conley, the pass to Mitchell. Now here's Gobert. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with the King. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Ball against Conley. Paul outside. Passes to Booker. Shoots the 3. That one's not going to go. And it's Utah the other way. And taken away by Paul. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Crowder. Here's Booker. Sinks the 15-footer. And it's 7 points for Devin Booker.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Conley against Paul. A floater. Here's Gobert. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. Gobert's got 6 points.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Conley against against Paul. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Ayton. Gobert with the defensive effort.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Here's Mitchell. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Phoenix with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. When it comes to the art of providing leadership, CP3.
The guys on the team are already tough.
Well said. He does a great job of keeping everyone involved and on the same page.
And Kevin, he practices what he preaches. He plays the right way and motivates his teammates to do the same.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Rudy Gobert is out there with Joe Ingles. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Favors, and it's Mitchell in at the point guard position. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second.
And how about capitalizing there in close? Saric has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
Mitchell passes to Favors. He kicks it to Gobert. Mitchell outside. And that one drops for him.
Good find, and one of Gobert's advantages as a passer, he can see over everyone's head.
Now here's Payne, covered by Mitchell. Payne looking around. Booker in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. And the rejection by Favors.
What perfect timing on that play. Derek Favors, an outstanding shot blocker.
Mitchell up top. Shot from free throw range. And then Favors with the dunk.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Booker up top. He's covered by Clarkson. From 10 feet out. No good from Booker.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And there's the call on Dario Saric. That is his first foul of the game. And the Jazz with some changes. Bogdanovich is checked in for Gobert. And Mike Conley subbed in for Donovan Mitchell. And Phoenix also making a switch. Bridges, he's checked in for Torrey Craig. Here's Favors. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And you know, we always talk about this. Just changing the shot can be just as effective as blocking it, even though it's less spectacular.
Outside Conley. Pass to Bogdanovich. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
And the Jazz with possession here. Back to Conley. And no good that time. And Phoenix will come the other way. Booker against Clarkson. And Booker kicks to Saric. Kicks it out to Booker. Shoots. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And now a 7-point Phoenix lead.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Conley, the pass to Bogdanovich. Jazz working now with the fresh shot clock. Favors can't get it to go. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Clarkson. Phoenix also making some changes. Andre Ayton's checked in for Saric. Crowder comes in for Johnson. And Paul subbed in for Booker. Ingles against Paul. Jacks up a three. They get the rebound. Ayton kicks to Bridges. Ayton, the pass to Bridges. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Shot clock at 5. Another shot. Fouled in the act of shooting. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's the Suns with the ball. They've got an 8-0 run. .34 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. To the left wing, Bridges for three. Ayton, and Ayton stays with it. Ayton's got his first points of the game.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backcourt.
Here's Conley. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got his 6th rebound on the night. Bridges finds Paul. Back to Bridges. Three-pointer.
The heart and hustle of Conley. Really.
And so it's Phoenix up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've got their...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Devin Booker putting in some incredible work. He had 12 points and 2 assists. That's all for now.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Jay Crowder out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Paul in at the 1. Paul goes in, and it goes down 2 points. Paul's got the lead up to 12 now for the Suns. Greg, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There is no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys were truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Ball against Conley. And here's Booker from the arc. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And it's Mitchell missing.
After hitting 3 straight, they finally missed one. But you can see the rhythm coming out of the half. Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Conley against Paul. High post shot. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. The Jazz making a switch here. Clarkson's checked in, and the Suns also making a change. Mike Kaminsky, he's checked in for Crowder. And the pass to Paul. Takes a three. They grab their own miss. Back to Bridges. On the wing, Booker. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we know that for years the NBA has thought about a postseason play-in tournament to get more teams and fans involved. Last year's pandemic stoppage basically necessitated its implementation. For the NBA, the disruption of business as usual enabled innovation and risk-taking. I don't want to be too hoity-toity, but it was Albert Einstein who once said, "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." Guys, back to you.
You're right. Thank you, David. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul. Derek Favors checked in for Utah. Joe Ingles comes in for Bogdanovich. 1:46 left in the third quarter. The Suns need to get a shot off. Book. And again, it's the Suns missing.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Mitchell outside. Here's the three. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Paul kicks to Booker. Over Ingles. Phoenix no good that time either.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
Mitchell looking it over. And stolen by Ayton. Here's Paul. Good D by Mitchell.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
From deep. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Suns leading by 6. For three, Booker buries the long-range jumper. Booker's got 15 points.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Third three of the game for him, first in this half.
Paul against Clarkson. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Buries it down low. 15 points in the game.
A much different player here in the second half. He's taking advantage of what the defense allows.
Paul against Mitchell. On the wing, Booker. Poked away. Ayton, the pass to Bridges. Booker with it. Back to Paul. Second shot opportunity. Tips it, and Ayton stays with it. And the Suns lead by 9.
And using that 7'5" wingspan, putting it back off the miss, one of Ayton's specialties.
And we've reached the end of the third. Suns. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Ingles outside with Favors at power forward. Conley out there with Clarkson. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group right now for Utah. He can't hit that time. Here's Conley. Finished off the break. Conley's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Utah.
What I love about Conley, he always gives this team exactly what it needs. This time, finishing in transition.
Shot by Johnson, no good. Jazz trail by 7. Pass to Favors. Lays it up off the glass.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Now here's Payne. Defense is right there. Six on the shot clock. Hangs. And Ayton with the layup.
And a strong showing of physical strength there from Ayton. Defenders have their hands full when he's around the rim.
Utah calls timeout. A different look for Utah. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Favors. Bogdanovich comes in for Joe Ingles, and Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Clarkson. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Saric. Torrey Craig comes in for Johnson. Devin Booker, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Cameron Payne. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. And even though they're down, he was confident. He said, look, guys, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. We've been down this road before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, let's see if they can overcome this deficit.
Here's Paul. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Ball against Conley. The feed to Gobert. Shooting foul, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Paul with the ball. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts. Now Conley. Mitchell outside. And that one drops.
So difficult to defend. Mitchell can stretch you out to 3, beat you at the rim, and everything in between.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Ball against Conley. Stolen by Michael Conley. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Conley's running. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket for Mitchell.
This just goes with the narrative. Mitchell is a baller, wants to be considered among the best in the game.
Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. 6 to shoot. Here's Paul. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
When momentum is up for grabs, Chris Paul seizes the moment. He comes through when his team needs him the most.
Conley against Paul. Inside. Here's Gobert. And it's Ayton with the rebound. And so Ayton will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Booker dishes to Ayton. Suns moving the ball around. Paul passes to Booker. That one doesn't go. And it's Utah the other way. Bogdanovich wide open. A putback. It's hauled in by the Suns. Pass to Booker. Al Paul. Ayton in the corner. Booker in the corner. Good on the three-point shot. And the Suns lead by 8.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Paul against Bogdanovich. Paul looking over the floor. Booker in the corner. Launches it. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
You know why? Success breeds confidence, and he's certainly been successful from there, time and time again.
some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Andre Ayton out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at the point. And for Miami, Kendrick Nunn out there with Robinson. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Ariza in at the four-man position.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
From 7, and the basket good. A bank shot that time.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
And it's the Suns' ball. Out to the right wing. For 3, Bridges. The Suns keeping it alive. A new 14. And here we go. It's Butler. And it's good. 2 points.
My goodness, Jimmy Butler is so explosive. Half-court transition, it doesn't matter where it is.
To the paint. Here's Booker. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And Devin Booker in the 3rd year of that 5-year, $158 million contract, coming off his first All-Star selection and his most efficient scoring season. Man, it's hard to imagine what's coming next.
I think, Greg, he's desperate to make the playoffs, right? He's doing his part. He's improving on the defensive end. He's been an eye-popping scorer throughout the early part of his career. Now it's all about, can he create team success? Well, Chris Paul is such a hard guard. You've got to contest 3 because of his ability to drive. Like, what do you do if you're a defender? You are in a problematic situation.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game. Bridges against Butler. Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
Booker with no one around. No good from outside. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul of the game. Heat have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Ariza outside. Butler against Paul. And stolen by Booker. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
It's Crowder on the wing. Back to Paul. There's the 3. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, how about that? Just glide toward the rim, but finish with power. What a combination by Jimmy.
And they double up Paul. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. Tyler Hero. He's checked in for Miami. Rogic comes in for Kendrick Nunn. And a change for the Suns. Payne, he's checked in for Chris Paul. Booker outside. Launches a 3. Nailed from three-point land.
Well, the mechanically sound shooting form of Devin Booker on display. That is pretty.
The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. But it's no good. In the corner, Crowder with it. Another 3 for Phoenix.
To me, you've got to run this guy off his shots. Jay Crowder is a good catch-and-shoot jump shooter.
Hero passes to Butler. The pass to Adebayo. And the rejection by Ayton. Fast break, here come the Suns. Booker dishes to Ayton. Kicks it out to Booker. It's Crowder on the wing. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Ayton. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
Well, you love the focus from a young big man, DeAndre Ayton. The hoop and the arm there. Nicely done.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Ariza. And it's Iguodala in for Jimmy Butler. And for the Suns, Saric comes in for Crowder. And it's Johnson in for Bridges. Now here's Booker, guarded closely. Whistle blows, if that's going to be a travel. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Dragic the pass to Dedmon. Back to Dragic. Iguodala outside. With the fadeaway. The shot, no good. And Phoenix the other way now. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Booker from the arc. Saric on the follow.
That's what you call getting to the right spot at the right time. Tremendous awareness from Dario Saric.
Here's Hero. The Heat rebound.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. The Suns on top as they wrap up the first quarter on a 14-6. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Iguodala out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Dragic. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. And it's Dedmon in at the 5, roaming the paint. For 3. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. The Heat trail by 4. A drive by Iguodala. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And the Suns making a change here. Bridges checks in, so he gets them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Dragic against Paul. Lets it go from deep. And the Suns miss again. Miami trailing. Passes it to Nunn. Back to Dragic. Puts it up. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Paul against Dragic. Now here's Paul. He's got 5. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
Boy, I love Chris Paul's ability to work on the interior. Tenacious, crafty. Few players his size have done it better.
And stolen by Payne. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Saric. And it's a 4-point Phoenix lead.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's Nunn. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
But they'll get another chance. Bridges, no one around him. Another one falls for Phoenix.
At his size, Dario Saric can see the floor, and he knows how to put it on time and on target.
Here's Nunn. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. A different look for Miami. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Iguodala. And it's Butler in for Goran Dragic. Phoenix also making some changes. Andre Ayton's checked in for Saric. And Jake Crowder's subbed in for Cameron Payne. Dedmon kicks to Ariza. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Off target from three-point range. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Suns. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Right wing. And there's the feed to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, that's a determined scorer right there. DeAndre Ayton showing a little toughness on the interior finish.
And some changes here for the Heat. Bam Adebayo comes in for Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Tyler Hero in for Kendrick Nunn. And the Suns making a change here as well. Booker's checked in. Bridges against Butler. Pass to Adebayo. To the right side. Clock at 6. Here's Ayton. He's got 6, and Phoenix pushing it up now. Pass to Crowder. A 3-ball. Rebound by Butler.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, this guy was the 43rd pick in the 2004 NBA draft. And what a career for Trevor Ariza. An NBA championship with the Lakers 5 years after he's drafted.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And here is Paul. He's got 9. Down low. Here's Booker. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Booker's got the lead up to 9 now for the Suns. And Miami shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Hero passes to Ariza. Here's Adebayo. And he lays it straight in. Adebayo's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, quality floor recognition from Trevor Ariza. If a teammate is open, I promise you he will deliver.
And there's the pass to Booker. Back to Paul. Booker outside. Passes it to Ayton. In the corner, Crowder with it. With 3. Booker. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
The Suns have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. First one falls for him.
I'll tell you, this guy already a double-double threat nightly, and DeAndre Ayton's ceiling is still high. Now, he's got to go ahead and reach those expectations by putting in the work.
Here's Hero. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Hero's got his second bucket.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
And here's Booker from the arc. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Phoenix bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their defense has been active. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jets. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. They were never able to get the lead above 4. Well, for the Suns, and over to Shaq, what did you think about Phoenix?
They've just gone about their business, playing a great, solid, all-around game. I think the score is what we thought it would be.
And that does it for our...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. And look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Jay Crowder out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Paul in at the point guard. None, that's good.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Paul passes to Bridges. Inside, he feeds it to Ayton. Phoenix needs to get off his shot. Paul's shot is off. The Heat trail by 5 and taken away by Paul, and Ayton throws it down.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
Pass to Nunn. Now Adebayo, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Heat making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. Phoenix leading by 7. Now Payne. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. In the corner, it's Galloway. Out to the right wing. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. From the stripe, jump shot is good. And the Suns lead by 9.
You know, the ability to stop and pop on a moment's notice is what makes him so deadly from that part of the floor.
Here's Adebayo, and Adebayo throws it down.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Pass to Kaminsky. Iguodala with the steal. And now here comes Robinson leading the break. It's Butler that time on the assist by Robinson. Butler's got 10 points.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3. Terrific play calling. Everything clicking out of the gates here.
Now here's Payne, defended by Nunn. And Kendrick Nunn is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. A different look for Miami. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero comes in for Robinson. And it's Dragic in for Kendrick Nunn. 5 to shoot. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Dragic. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Wow, what a great look by Andre Iguodala. We know he's unselfish. If there's space for his guy, he's going to find him.
Payne with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Just 5 on the clock. And the shot goes in. Here's Dragic, trailing by 5. Hero passes to Dedmon. Back to Dragic. Shot's good by Hero. 6 points for him.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Payne looking around. In the corner, it's Galloway. A three-pointer, no good. For Miami, they've gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Now, here's Dragic. He's guarded closely.
And we don't normally see Dragic inside, but credit to the Slovenian for not shying away from the tree.
The Heat shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. Adebayo is checked in for Miami. Risa comes in for Andre Iguodala. And so Ayton will bring it up for the Suns. Kept alive. And Booker kicks to Crowder. No good on the 3. Miami trailing. Here's Butler. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got his 3rd assist on the night. Ball against Dragic. Ball outside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Paul's got 11 points.
Man, Chris Paul's ability with traffic, with bodies around him to keep his focus and score it, that is special.
Butler on the way. The pass to Adebayo. And stolen by Ayton. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Basket good. And it's a 4-point Suns lead.
And right there you see Devin Booker's feel for the game. This guy knows exactly when to give it up.
The Heat have gone as spotless. 6 of 6 from the field since taking the court here in the second half. Outside Dragic. Right side Butler. Back to Dragic. Now here's Butler. Count it. Butler's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, that's the vision you get with Dragic. His teammates have to love playing with him.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Suns lead by 2. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Trevor Ariza out there with Robinson. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Dragic in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Miami. It's stolen by Adebayo. Ariza outside. The dish to Robinson. They double him with Ayton. Good ball movement here by the Heat. The shot by Adebayo, no good. The Suns leading.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
And Adebayo throws it down.
You can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Paul passes to Booker. It's up a 3. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Adebayo's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Ariza finds none. The shot off that time.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Chris Paul has always been willing to rebound the position. He understands he's got to provide support on the backboards.
Kaminsky is checked in for Jay Crowder. Outside Robinson. To the wing on the left. And taken away by Paul. Pushing it up. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Butler, he's checked in for Goran Dragic. Paul surveying the floor. Booker against Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Ayton. He can't get it to go. Great D that time from Adebayo. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That'll be his second foul of the game. For Miami, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Adebayo drives in. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Ayton.
An outstanding athlete for a player of his huge build. Adebayo will bang and bump with the best of them.
And Adebayo drops them both.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
None against Paul. Floats one up, and Adebayo sends it back. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Back to Robinson. And Butler, here we go. Tipped away. Adebayo kicks to Butler. And again, it's the Heat missing.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Booker the pass to Paul. Here's Ayton. Ooh, the double clutch. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
DeAndre Ayton, a quality free throw shooter, so you love to see him create opportunities to get there.
Crowder is checked in for Phoenix.
And that's how you do it. Free throws can make a huge difference in a tight game.
Passes to Ariza. Here's Butler. Bridges with the steal. And that's an intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
I am very confident that Chris Paul is a future Hall of Famer. Not only accomplished between the lines for well over a decade, both offensively and defensively, but years and years of service for the good of the game.
Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. Here's Butler. Outside for Robinson. Tries again. Got it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Ball against Robinson. Paul passes to Booker. Pass to Ayton. 5 on the clock. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
That could be costly. When the game is hanging in the balance, the last thing you can afford is to turn it over. Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
I'll tell you, they'd better come up with some points on every possession from now on.
Butler passes to Adebayo. Fades back. Money! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And wow, what a time to tie this game up, guys.
Incredible fortitude to bounce back like this. I think we're setting up for an awesome finish.
Ball against Dragic. The drive by Paul. Missed. And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Chris Paul.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
For the win. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. And it's the Suns to start out. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Heat, they've got Trevor Ariza, Hero out there with Dragic, and there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Adebayo in at the center, locking down the middle. Free throw no good for Ayton. Miami trailer. Here's Butler. Shooting foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Chris Paul is no stranger to delivering in the big moments. Go ahead, CP3.
Jimmy Butler. It's the first that narrows the gap to 1. Robinson's checked in for Miami. And so Butler nails both of them.
Well, how about Jimmy Butler, guys, and the commitment to becoming a legit star in this league? Think about coming out of Marquette without a reputation to now one of the toughest covers in the league. Incredible story.
Ball against Dragic. The drive by Paul. And foul on the shot. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. To now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Free throw good, Adebayo.
And in a tight game like this, a technical can be a killer. And he made sure he took advantage of the opportunity there at the line.
Phoenix on defense. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
You can see it from the moment he caught the basketball. Jimmy Butler delivers again.
A drive by Paul, and he gets the bucket. Paul's got 6 here in this quarter.
That's a statement from Chris Paul. He understands game is in the balance. It's my time.
Robinson kicks to 9. Heat moving the ball around. Bridges against Butler. Adebayo, high post. Pass to Ariza. Butler on the wing. Goes back up. Shot clock at 6. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Boy, you almost feel bad for the defender here, right? He tries to challenge Jimmy Butler's shot, times it pretty well, but gets tricked by the pump fake.
And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both down.
And the Suns call time here. They're behind by 1. There's 45 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Ball against Robinson. Booker in the corner. Right between the eyes.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Now a timeout called by Miami. They're trailing by 2. There's 37 seconds left in the first overtime. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, and looking at how much time they have, I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
Butler kicks to Nunn. Ariza passes to Robinson. And here's Nunn. It's Ariza on the wing, defended by Paul. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
They can't really afford to foul here.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Phoenix Suns. Now the pass to Booker. In the corner, it's Bridges. It's off.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
He sinks the clutch free throw. Booker outside. Misses this. So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly.
Player. Injuries a big part of the game. They just got to make the adjustments.
The starters for the Utah Jazz. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. O'Neal is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Gobert in at the center. And for the Heat, Jimmy Butler is out there with Trevor Ariza. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. And it's Robinson in at the 2. Conley finds Mitchell. Elbow shot is on the way. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Well, this seems to be a game that could be very tactical, Greg. Both teams relying on execution in the half court.
And Kevin, you're going to see a lot of ball movement and body movement, and you can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work. I think that puts so much pressure on the defense with how the game is played.
And an emphasis on coaching, too.
Yes.
Bogdanovich, no luck. And so Adebayo will bring it up for Miami. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Ariza.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And Kendrick Nunn is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. There's the pass to Conley. Back to Mitchell. Puts it up from 17. Rebound by the Heat.
Hard to create space in that mid-range area. He would have been better passing that off.
Butler against Bogdanovich. Oh, my goodness!
Did you see
what a play!
Unbelievable. Put this guy in the dunk contest. Jimmy Butler is ready to win it all. Not the efficient start they were hoping for. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Mitchell's shot is good.
Because he's so good at putting the ball on the floor and making plays, the 3 is going to be available to Donovan Mitchell.
And you talk about guys who play with that chip on their shoulder. Bam Adebayo has not forgotten he was cut from the U.S. national team in 2019.
And Greg, in fact, he told those close to him they will pay a little extra motivation, fuel for the fire.
And the Heat making a change here. Dragic is checked in. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Mitchell. A 15-footer. And too long on the shot.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And it's Butler with the jam.
Jimmy Butler is so aggressive when he's sprinting down the floor. Few defenders have the ability to slow him down.
Now here is Conley. Mitchell in the corner, beyond the arc. It's Adebayo with the rebound. And here's Miami. They're on a 14-5 run. And it's Butler missing. Jazz trail by 9. Here's Conley. Here's Gobert. And he banks in the layup.
He has a standing reach of 9'7". Gobert making that play look routine.
Dragic kicks to Robinson. Butler against Bogdanovich. Offensive rebound. Here's Adebayo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Miami shooting their first free throws of this.
This game is defined by heart and hustle. Bam Adebayo would be welcomed by any coach on any team in any league.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Ariza. Iguodala comes in for Butler. And Hero subbed in for Robinson. And the whistle blow. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's his first foul. Jazz trail by 6. Passes it to Ingles. Back to Mitchell. 1:03 left to play in the first quarter.
And they've had chances to score inside, just unable to convert.
Here's Adebayo. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Iggy just keeping his head up on his swivel all the time.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's got 7. 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Here's Hero. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Now here's Gobert. Lobs it up for Favors.
Good find, and one of Gobert's advantages as a passer, he can see over everyone's head.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two players.
And the Jazz with possession here. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Heat lead by 8. And we spoke with Jimmy Butler not too long ago about his teammates.
These guys work so hard, and they're young, and they're professional.
Well, Greg, it sounds like Butler has found happiness.
You know, people don't talk enough about fit. It's important to be in an organization and a system that maximizes your abilities. Butler is playing some of the best ball in his life and making everyone around him better.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Bam Adebayo is out there with Iguodala. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Hero in at the 2-guard spot. So that's who Miami starts the second with. And it's Mitchell missing.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
The dive for the ball. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. On up the court. Dedmon with the block.
The 7'4" wingspan of Dedmon. Hard to get your shot over that.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Miami. The Jazz also changing it up. Bogdanovich is checked in for Gobert. And it's Mike Conley in for Mitchell. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. Off target with his 3. The Heat leading by 10. Here's Ariza. Oh, and the dunk by Ariza.
A rangy 6'8", Ariza finishing with force.
None against Conley. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific play.
3 terrific kids, you're right. Butler on the way. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
That's their first of the game, though, so sharp passing has helped them to craft this lead.
Jazz trail by 12. Here is Conley. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. That is his first foul of the game. Bogdanovich inside. Ariza covering.
A mobile defender. Dedmon's instincts matching up with his athleticism. Looks good right there.
Butler gets to Ariza. Doubled by Conley. Stolen by Conley. He's got a clear path. Here's O'Neal, and the dunk by O'Neal.
Few players in the league do a better job of finding the open man than Mike Conley.
Outside Butler. To the paint. Dedmon with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game. And getting traded from Utah to New Orleans last year Favors became a grounding force for a very young Pelicans team.
Yeah, and Derek Favors knows what it's like to be that rookie coming in, having a lot of physical ability and facing high expectations. He did a great job, in my opinion, providing veteran leadership. And personally, he had one of his more productive years overall.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Dragic in for Kendrick Nunn.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Bogdanovich against Butler. And here is Ingles. Back to Bogdanovich, and stolen by Butler. Ingles against Robinson. Now here's Butler. He's covered closely. Butler on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. In the corner, it's Robinson. The Heat need to get a shot off. Butler attacking. Great D that time from Favors. So Favors will bring it up for the Jazz. It's a 14-point game. And Adebayo sends it back.
With a strong sense of timing and awareness, Bam sent that shot away.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for the Heat. Hero comes in for Robinson. Utah also making some changes. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Favors. Clarkson comes in for Joe Ingles. And it's Mitchell in for Mike Conley. And slam dunk by Butler.
Love the level of concentration by Jimmy Butler on that play.
And as much as he commands attention on the court, Jimmy Butler content to skip the spotlight when he's off it.
You know, GA, nothing has come easy in his career for Jimmy Butler. All he does is puts his head down and works and works and works. And because of that work ethic, he has become an all-star. Love watching his progression.
The shot by Clarkson, no good.
It's so hard to keep the defense honest when you miss wide open looks like that.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
To the inside, Bogdanovich. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Bogdanovich has got his first bucket of the night. Here's Hero. He's covered by Clarkson. Hero passes to Iguodala. Now here's Adebayo. Over Gobert. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He ended up with 17. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So on the floor for Utah, Mitchell and Bogdanovich, they're the wings. O'Neal is out there with Gobert, and it's Conley in at the one spot. Now, here's Nunn. Pass to Butler. To the middle. Here's Adebayo. And that one is off. So Utah will take it the other way. Here's Mitchell. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Butler against Conley. Outside Robinson. Butler feeling out of it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. Second half just getting started. About a minute played.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish. He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
Outside Butler. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Jazz trail by 16. Mitchell wide open. Again, Mitchell missing.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Ariza finds Butler. Poke loose. The pass to Adebayo. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. A different look for Miami. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Bam Adebayo. And it's Dragic in for Butler. Derek Favors checked in for the Jazz. Joe Ingles comes in for Bogdanovich.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Nunn passes to Dedmon. Ariza kicks to Nunn. Dragic against Conley. And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That's his first foul. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that, more than anything, allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Now here's Gobert. Back to Mitchell for the 3. It's hauled in by Hero.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. Defensively, just too many baskets in transition. That's been the difference. And Goran Dragic last season coming off the bench for the first time in his 8 years in the league really excelled in that 6-man role.
He did. He's a guy who creates his own offense. He's also a guy who can organize the reserves and keep things flowing. All about finding ways to continue to flourish, and he did it. The former 3rd overall pick in the 2010 NBA draft, Derek Favors is a gifted big man and a crucial player to this team.
Now here's Ariza. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Iguodala finds Dragic. Pass to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Beautiful vision to find the open man. Goran leading by example.
Jazz trail by 17. Passes it to Clarkson. Back to Mitchell. Shot from the wing. Another miss by Utah.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Unloads, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Mitchell's got 15.
He can get that shot anytime he wants because of his ability to blow by you. Donovan gets you on your heels, and he stops and pops.
And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep, and he'll shoot 2 at the line. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And going back to his performance at the line last year, guys, 84% as a free throw shooter. And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
The Heat making a switch here. Butler's checked in, and Utah also making a switch. Bogdanovich is checked in.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
Butler against Ingles. Butler goes in.
Now that's an energetic.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Dragic. Derek Favors making his last shot. Now Dragic, pass to Adebayo. The kick out to Dragic. Loads it up for Adebayo. Can't finish off the line. And so it's Miami. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll get right back to the... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Robinson. Jimmy Butler is out there with Trevor Ariza. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. And it's Adebayo in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Miami. So Favors will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 11. Bogdanovich dishes to Favors. Conley, the pass to Clarkson. Back to Conley. Over Nunn. Bank shot, no good. The Heat shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Ariza. Ariza's got 4 assists now tonight.
And wasting no time in transition, really pushing the pace.
Here's Favors. That shot missing. And the Heat going the other way now. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Conley, the pass to Favors. And that one, good. That's now 8 points for Derek Favors.
And while Favors has developed his outside shot, right there in the paint is his comfort zone.
Outside Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Conley kicks to Bogdanovich. Back to Conley. Can't hit that one. Great D that time from Adebayo. Now running up the court, Robinson pushing it up. Offensive rebound. Ariza outside. Fires the 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
I mean, defensively, if you have any hope of coming back in this game, you can't afford to give him those looks.
Bogdanovich passes to Favors. Stolen by Nunn. Butler with the ball. Favors picks him up. And the pass to Adebayo. Kicks it out to Ariza. Robinson for 3. Utah with the rebound. Favors got 6 rebounds in the game. Bogdanovich against Nunn. Another miss by Utah.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. Here's Clarkson. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Robinson dishes to Butler. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Butler's got 6 here in this quarter.
If you're defending Jimmy Butler, you got to hit him harder than that.
Conley against Nunn. Back to Conley. Over none. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Derek Favors is a strong-willed player who fights for extra possessions. You've got to box this guy out whenever a shot goes up.
Robinson finds Butler. Here's none. Outside Robinson. 4 on the shot clock. From past the arc. Sinks the triple. Robinson's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Heat.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Heat.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jimmy Butler.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. O'Neal passes to Conley. With the tip, and it's Bogdanovich on the follow.
What hustle on the glass. Bogdanovich doesn't give up. Have to appreciate the effort.
40 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Butler. Back to Dragic. Ariza outside. Butler finds Robinson. No good from the wing. On offense, here are the Jazz. 15-point game. And it's Mitchell missing. Outside Robinson. Again, the miss by the Heat. Now here's Gobert. Off target from outside. No good. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. So thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up. Banks for 2. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Rudy Gobert is out there with O'Neal. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. And for Phoenix, Booker and Bridges are the wings. Jake Crowder out there with Ayton. And it's Paul in at the point guard. And the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary.
Here's Booker. Bogdanovich picking up that last basket. Now here's Paul. Back to Booker. Clock at 6. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
And if Booker has the defense on him inside, he can still deliver. He doesn't let that get to him.
On the wing, Mitchell. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Mitchell finds Bogdanovich. Back to Mitchell. The shot, no good. And Phoenix will come the other way. The pass to Paul. In the corner, it's Bridges. Now Booker. Suns moving the ball around. From 17 feet out, Utah with the rebound.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Paul. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Here's Booker. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
And it's Mitchell missing. Suns have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
And Bones, Devin Booker capable of big nights. One of just a few players with multiple games of at least 59 points.
Well, he's always looking to put pressure on the defense, and he's got such a wide array of skills. Not only shooting the basketball, but has shown off more of his patience and playmaking ability as he moves through his career.
You won't find a higher percentage shot in this league. Gobert from ground zero.
Paul against Conley. And Paul gets it to go in.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Outside, Bogdanovich. The 3. That shot off. So Phoenix will take it the other way. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. And the Suns here with a different look. Sharge checked in for 8. Johnson comes in for Crowder. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Bridges. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Chris Paul. The Jazz also changing it up. Derek Favors checked in for Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for O'Neal. And it's Clarkson in for Donovan Mitchell. Now here's Booker. He has 7. Scored the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here's Conley. He's tightly guarded. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And a little contact on the shot, but Conley with the laser focus on the finish.
Booker in the corner. Sharge outside. First trip to the line for him here.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
Saric is one of those guys where you feel like if the right combinations of players are around him, he's going to be even more valuable to your ball club. As a big, he's so impressive, thinks the game well, but he can score, rebound, and dish it.
And it's Bogdanovich off the drive.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
Payne kicks to Craig. And the layup is good.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
3 seconds separate the shot clock in game. Here's Bogdanovich. They get it back. Favors the layup off target. Booker outside. Pass to Payne. Booker right side. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. Phoenix ahead. They're up by 9. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
And so in the game for the Jazz, Bogdanovich out there with Joe Ingles. Then it's Conley, then there's Favors, and it's Clarkson in at the shooting guard position.
They brought the double team to force the ball out of his hands, but failed to rotate off the pass.
Now Conley. And the rejection by Ayton.
Ayton flashing some good movement there and great timing.
Some changes for Phoenix. Bridges comes in for Saric, and Paul subbed in for Booker. Then for the Jazz, Royce O'Neal's checked in for Bogdanovich, and it's Mitchell in for Mike Conley. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Crowder, he's checked in for Johnson. And Utah with a change here, too. Gobert, he's checked in for Derek Favors. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Ball against Mitchell. 5 to shoot. The shot's good from Paul.
Chris Paul knows exactly not just who's going to hit him, but how they're going to hit him.
Mitchell passes to Clarkson. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Fires from deep. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Well, he thought he could slip by there and grab the board, but got too much body and gets called for going over the back.
Well, he plays super active on the glass, so calls like this are to be expected.
Paul with the ball. Now defended by Gobert. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Here's Paul. 6 to shoot. Now the dish to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Unselfish play of Chris Paul there. Has a knack for knowing when to get his guys when they're wide open.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Mitchell looking it over. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Now in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Well, wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Clock up 2 there.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Mitchell wide open. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And Phoenix making a change here. Booker's checked in. Now here's Paul. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. To the inside. Ayton kicks to Paul. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Mitchell. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
And man, does Mitchell get buckets. And from everywhere on the floor. A versatile offensive threat.
Booker against Ingles. Booker with no one around. Gobert pulls it in. And so Gobert will bring it up for Utah. Trailing by 13. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Saric is checked in for the Suns. Johnson comes in for Crowder. Derek Favors checked in for Utah. Paul with the 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. Pass to Mitchell. Uncovered. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. 6 points for Donovan Mitchell.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
There's 53 seconds left in the first half. Ingles passes to O'Neal. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Gobert can't hit.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Utah. Mike Conley comes in for Joe Ingles. Paul outside. Booker outside. And the Suns miss again.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Jazz trail by 11. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Mitchell, Gobert, and there's Gobert putting it right back in. Gobert's got his second bucket tonight.
He knows his job. Gobert is there to own the glass and cash in on as many second chance opportunities as he can.
The shot's good from Paul.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
The Suns shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. Free throw good, Booker.
Well, Booker still has some upside, one of the best young scorers that we've seen in the NBA in the last decade. He's already an established star, and the sky is the limit for this guy. Now he just wants more wins.
And so it's Phoenix looking at us.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to Devin Booker. Had it going on in the first quarter. He had 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You gotta like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Jay Crowder out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Paul in at the point.
Well, he's such a good scorer when he gets inside that painted area. One of the game's best mid-range players that we've ever seen. Chris Paul getting it done.
And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Suns leading by 13. Paul outside. That one wide left. The Jazz shooting 39% from the floor, at their best. Bridges with the steal. And now the Suns, a fast break. Paul's running. Paul missing again. Jazz trail by 13. Here's Mitchell. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 3 assists now in this one.
And there's an edge to Mitchell's game. He wants to be the guy in charge. And if that means he's got to get physical, he'll do it.
Now here's Paul. 12 points for him. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Booker from the arc. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Just a great job of Booker, able to understand the timing and the quick trigger that time.
Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
So for the Suns, Johnson, he's checked in for Bridges. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Chris Paul. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Utah. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Donovan Mitchell.
An improved free throw shooter compared to his earlier seasons. Nice to see Gobert attack his weakness. Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
And so Ayton will bring it up for the Suns. Booker looking around. The pass to Ayton. Deflects the pass. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Here's Booker. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws.
And Booker is tremendous at driving to the inside. Throws himself at the D to get the call.
Sharks checked in for the Suns. Derek Favors checked in for Utah.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And Devin Booker had surgery on that right hand back in the summer of 2018. Took the opportunity to work on his left hand, and ever since, his game has just gone to another level.
You wonder how much confidence, GA, he's had in making plays, not only scoring the ball with the left hand, but assisting with the left hand, and what that's opened up for him in terms of opportunities to be more effective as an offensive weapon.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And the dunk by Booker.
Every time he gets going like this, somebody's going to talk about that 70-point game he had in Boston. It's not going to be me.
Here's Clarkson. Now the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Here's Conley following the basket by Chris Paul. Conley and the rejection by Ayton. And up the court come the Suns on the break. A nice shot by Booker.
He just lights out in terms of his scoring. Devin Booker's calling card.
Clarkson on the wing. $18 feet out, and it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got his 6th rebound on the night. To the left side wing. Outside Crowder, Booker in the corner. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
It's Bogdanovich on the wing. The Jazz with another miss.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
And so it's Phoenix with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Here's Paul. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Mitchell and Bogdanovich, they're the wings. Favors is out there with O'Neal. And it's Conley in at the point. Now here's Johnson. His three-pointers off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Conley's shot is off. And here is Paul. Booker in the corner. And it's off from three-point range. Jazz trail by 21. Mitchell with it. Pass to Favors. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And the contact doesn't shake Favors. He just outworks the defense and finishes strong.
Paul against Conley. Stolen by Michael Conley. Pass break. Here come the Jazz. A clear look for Mitchell. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 5 assists tonight. Paul looking over the floor. Johnson for 3. And the Suns miss again. Jazz have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Mitchell. A rebound by Johnson. Suns leading by 17. And here's Booker from the arc. Doesn't go for him. And for the Jazz, they're shooting not great, 40% for the game. But he stays with it. The second effort. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
All against Conley. From downtown, the shot's good from Paul. And the Suns lead by 18.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second.
Again, Mitchell missing. Phoenix has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And here is Conley after Devin Booker getting his shot to go from deep. Here's Bogdanovich. And the rejection by Ayton. Bogdanovich against Paul. Fires the 3. And Derek Favors pulls it down. Favors got 6 rebounds in the game. Mitchell against Booker. It's a hand on it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? And it's Mitchell with the ball for Utah. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Paul with the steal. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. The first one falls.
It's funny how much Chris Paul is showing so much nuance that he has as he's aged in this game. Just an unequaled and unmatched intelligence from the point guard position.
Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Phoenix. And Utah with a change here, too. Gobert's checked in. Now here's Paul. There's the triple. That's down the hatch. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Suns.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Devin Booker.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Over to the wing. Ilyasova with the ball. Kaminsky's there. Upside Thomas. Just 5 on the clock. Suns on offense. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Paul passes to Kaminsky. Back to Paul. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And it's Ayton missing. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Passes it to Morgan. And stolen by Ayton. Bridges dishes to Paul. And again, it's the Suns missing. Here's Thomas. Phoenix grabs the miss.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for